Hi, I'm Jessica Amir for the Finance News Network. Joining me now from Windlab is Executive Chairman and CEO Roger Price. Hi Roger and welcome.
Hi Jess, nice to be here.
Windlab is an international wind energy developer and operator. Can you give us an introduction to what you do and why it's so unique?
We operate right across the life cycle of a wind farm, from identification, development, financing, construction and operation. We're a little bit like an integrated commercial property developer, maybe a lend-lease or a peat group perhaps, but instead we do it across renewable energy. We were formed in 2003 as a spin-out from the CSIRO to commercialise a world-leading set of atmospheric modelling and wind energy prediction tools called Windscape, and we've used that now to develop a very large portfolio of development assets around the world.
So tell us a little bit more about your assets and your key projects.
We've got a development portfolio of some 50 projects, over 7,000 megawatts of capacity. And what that, to give that some context, that's nearly double all of the wind farms that currently operate in Australia today. We've developed some of the largest wind farms in Australia, notably Colgar in Western Australia, Cooper's Gap in Queensland. But perhaps the most exciting project we've finished is our most recent, Kennedy Energy Park in far north Queensland. This is a 60 megawatt hybrid solution. It has wind, solar and battery storage all in one location. And what this project is seeking to demonstrate is how renewable energy in the future will be able to meet nearly all of our network demand going forward.
So you listed just recently in August and you operate on a calendar year, but maybe you can tell us about some of the operational highlights that you've had so far.
Yes, when we listed the company, we set ourselves three immediate objectives. One was to complete the development of Cooper's Gap wind farm with AGL. The second was to finance and start construction of Kennedy Energy Park. And the third was to complete the construction of Kyoto Wind Farm in Victoria. Cooper's Gap was financed in August, Kennedy in October, and Kyoto Wind Farm was connected to the electricity network just at the beginning of this month. So we've completed the three major commitments we've made in our prospectus, and with that we're able to comfortably confirm that we will achieve our December 31 prospectus forecast.
A more general question now, Roger. In 2016, Australian wind farms produced 30% of Australia's clean energy and 5% of Australia's total energy. What does the future hold and where does that put you guys?
Wind energy today is now the cheapest form of new electricity generating technology you can build. It's cheaper than solar, it's cheaper than gas, and it's dramatically cheaper than new coal. The world's acknowledged this and the march to renewables is inevitable. Since 2015, more money has been spent globally on wind and solar than all other forms of generating technology put together. So as we move forward, we will see wind and solar meet most of the new demand around the world. In Australia, we have aged coal fleet, much of it approaching 50 years of age, and a dramatic need to reduce our emissions intensity. We've seen a significant amount of that capacity decommissioned already, and by 2030, a third of our coal fleet will be turned off. Now, what will replace that capacity is wind and solar because it is fundamentally the cheapest.
Last question now, Roger. Where would you like to see the company in a few years from now?
Over the last 7 years, we've completed nearly 1,100 megawatts of capacity with our partners. Now, much of that we have sold to generate the cash we've needed to continue to grow the business. But now being a listed vehicle with a much stronger balance sheet, what we seek to do over the next 3 to 5 years is to complete the development of around 1,500 to 2,000 megawatts of capacity. In doing that, we will hang on to ownership of a lot larger percentage than we previously have. And through doing that, we would expect to increase our interest in operating capacity over the next 3 to 5 years by nearly tenfold. So with that, we will see continued significant revenue and profit growth with the company.
Fantastic. Well, Roger Price, thank you so much for the update.
Thanks very much, Jess.